Hello, this is Billy Core from the Nostalgia Mall, and today we're going to be doing a quick little unboxing and review and overview of this little thing I picked up on Amazon this past week. This is the Super Pi case. This is a Super Nintendo style case for the Raspberry Pi. I currently own a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, I believe it is. Got it for Christmas last year, and I use it for RetroPie to emulate just about everything I can on there. I emulate Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation, Atari, NES, all the goodies there. And right now, I've just been using this extremely simple and basic case for it. I think it gets the job done, but airflow isn't all that great, and it's kind of boring looking. This is being sold by a company called RetroFlag. They make a Japanese version of this, which looks like the Super Famicom, and they make a Sega Mega Drive version of this as well. And one thing they've done recently, which is really, really cool, and I want to get my hands on this, is a Game Boy style case that has a built-in LCD screen and supports the installation of a Raspberry Pi Zero. No soldering or anything required for that. You just pop it in and go. You can emulate all your 8-bit and 16-bit stuff and have it on the go with you. That is something really cool. But this is just a simple little Raspberry Pi case. And what's neat about it, has a few unique features. Has a functional power and reset button, because the Raspberry Pi, as you know, doesn't have that built in. Functional LED power indicator, and safe shutdown and safe reset. Again, not built into the Pi itself. And it comes with a storage cartridge, which goes on the top of it to make it look like there's a cartridge installed into a Super Nintendo, but it actually stores your loose SD cards. Of course, I usually keep only one SD card in here anyway, so that little cartridge will only be for looks and aesthetic. And speaking of looks and aesthetic, I really love the box design for this. It pretty much resembles what we're about to unbox. So, again, I haven't opened this yet. Hopefully we can do this without anything. Okay, so far so good. Okay, you get some instructions. Hopefully nothing too complicated, but I doubt it will be. Someone's eyelash is in here. I kid you not. There is an eyelash in here. Oh well. Wow, that even the eject button works. That is so cool. I could do this all day. Okay, enough of that. Functional power, functional reset works exactly like it would on an actual Super Nintendo. Where the cartridge ports were, you get 2 USB ports. And on the back you get your DC in, an HDMI out, and an audio out, but that can also work as a composite out. And this is where the micro SD card goes. And over here, I believe this pops open, and that reveals the network and USB connectors. And on the bottom, you get a little vent and a little bit of info there. So yeah, so far I'm really liking this. Okay, just for the sake of comparison, I have right here the official Super NES Classic, put out by Nintendo about a year or two ago. Hardly ever gets any use, but it does make a nice little collection piece and conversation piece. And you can see they look almost identical, really. Same weight, same height, same size, and everything. course, the port layout is going to be a bit different, and on the Super Pi case, the power and reset and eject buttons don't have a white color font there, and you don't get a working eject button on the SNES Classic. But as you can see, nearly identical, which is really impressive. Now, one thing I have noticed about this Super Pi case that I'm not sure if I like or not is the fact that this the LAN and USB connectors are hidden behind this little panel that could easily get lost. And on my Raspberry Pi, I keep my an Ethernet cable connected to this at all time. So there's going to be a big gaping hole here, and I guess it could be worse, but I'd rather there not be a little thingamabob there to cover it up. So, but other than that, I can't stop doing that. Really impressive. Now, I did not get the cartridge though. I just realized that I did not get the little cartridge that goes in here. I'm going to have to contact Amazon. I mean, it's not necessary, but it was part of the package, which was, by the way, about $20, so not a bad price. But yeah, there should have been a little cartridge go up here. But anyway, enough of that. Let's start putting this together. First, let me undo the current case. Just 4 screws. Go. This will be a much nicer case. And these Super Pi cases also support the addition of a fan. This didn't come with it, but that's an option if you ever need that. So just one more. Go. And this should just pop open. And here's the Raspberry Pi itself. This is the 3B Plus. Set all this aside for now. Let's start getting this ready. You know, I wonder if that little cartridge is sitting inside of this. I wonder. Well, here it is. Okay, we got a little bunch of bits and bobs here. Please remove the SD card before installing the Raspberry Pi. So we have done that. There we go. Let's see how this works. Here's our little cartridge. We get a little screwdriver and some rubber feet to put on the bottom. This is a lesson, folks. Never jump to conclusions. Don't be like Billy. Okay, I guess I should maybe consider reading the instructions. Okay. So, looks fairly straightforward. Let me do some research on this right now. Okay, it looks like it shall go in like this. I'm not going to screw it in just yet. It does cover up one of the USB ports there, it looks like. Of course, that's me assuming again. So just make sure I'm doing this properly. Okay, that feels pretty secure. And so these are the USB cables coming from these front controller ports, and it just plugs in like so. They do make this quite simple, and I do like that. There we go. I can see why these are covered, because these are being used by the front USBs. And this is the connector for the power and reset switches. And it goes green connector to the left, on the very far right of this little I/O panel, I believe it's called. And I guess it just tucks away like that, I guess. I don't know. And we'll turn safe shutdown on. I believe it's supposed to be like that. And now I guess we can go ahead and screw it in. There's no reason why we shouldn't. If I can get this bag open. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. Okay, better look at the instructions here. Okay, looks like the little black ones secure the Pi in place. At least in theory. And I believe it goes like this. Might as well use a screwdriver provided, because it's free and they were nice to do it, so we might as well be nice and use it and not drop it and destroy everything in the process. Ooh, that plastic sounds yucky when you screw it in. Also forgot to mention, I believe they have one that looks like the NES. So if that's your thing, that exists. Okay. Go, and where the other little black screw run off to? Okay, I guess we'll have to forego that fourth screw. It's rolled off to lands unknown, but we've got 3 of the 4 in there, so that's good enough in my opinion. It's not going to blow up or anything, so I think what we can do next is just put the cover back on. Of course, this little cable is let me just check something. Okay. Yeah, it's just this front panel cable is kind of blocking the top cover from getting on there, but that should be fine. Wait, I think I did something wrong. Hold on. Yes, I did indeed do something wrong. There was supposed to be only 3 screws, actually. This one does not go in this hole. It goes in this hole because, yeah, this is, I do not recommend using this as a how-to video for obvious reasons. So we can just put this in place. And now this cable is blocking the SD socket. Hang on. Okay, I think I finally got it. You know, it's a wonder I even know how to breathe on my own. So, now, for real, this should just pop on the top like this. And we should just be able to screw it down with these 4 other screws, these longer ones. Just pop them in like so for now. Ah, come on. Again, do not use this as a how-to video. I'm not responsible if you borgle your Raspberry Pi, if that's even a thing to say. Okay. Forgot I already had them in there. Just need to screw down. Oh, okay, maybe we need to go a little bit further. Again, I am not, this is not a how-to video. This is just a video made for you guys to laugh at a complete moron. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, just a little bit more. Don't want to strip them, because this is a G-rated channel. And I also want to get them back out if necessary. There we go. And that little hole doesn't look as bad as I thought. So yeah, looking pretty good. Everything's lined up. Go ahead and put the micro SD back in. Of course, I must have it upside down. There we go. And I guess we can put these little rubber feet on. Static electricity. Hope I'm doing this right. First, let's peel this back. Go. Ooh. This is exciting, isn't it? As I say with the most sarcasm around. Okay, these two are going to cover the screws, which might make it hard to undo. I probably should have tested this before doing this. Not very proactive. Alright, rubber feet are installed. Now let's see what this little cartridge is all about. Sorry for the kicking of the tripod. Okay, looks like it uses a magnet to stay in place. Let's see. Okay, I hope I can explain this as well as possible. You have to put a little magnet right here with double-sided sticky stuff. And there's another little magnet inside this little case, and it just sits on there like so. And you get two choices of labels. You get this yellow one, which looks a little bit more European and Japanese, and you get this more American-looking one. Looks a bit based off of the Super Mario Kart logo. So I think I'll go with this one because I just like the look of it better. And let's see if we can do this properly. Never been too good at this. But that's good enough. Now that looks pretty good, I must say. So, I think we're ready to test it out finally. Let's hook it up to the TV and see what it does. Okay, got everything hooked up. I got this wireless controller hooked up with its little connector in the front player 1 port. Well, let's hit the power switch and see what it does. A whole lot of nothing. Isn't that nice? And you see, this is why you don't put the rubber feet on immediately like I did, because this could happen. Well, time to do some troubleshooting. Well, the good news is I got it powered on, but the bad news is the LED only comes on for like a second when you turn it on, and these switches aren't really doing anything, which is pretty concerning. Okay, so it turns out I just had to install a script from GitHub from a web address given to me in the instructions, and this is yet another reason why this video should be called Why Billy Should Be Reading More Instructions Throughout His Life. So hopefully this will get everything taken care of. I hope. Well, I know you won't believe this, but I goofed again. I put in the wrong source code, or I guess you could call it that. Apparently they have different codes for different for different cases. I had a long day. This is the same day I went to the Dixie Classic Fair, so I am very worn out, and I just wanted to go ahead and get this video done. But it looks like the LED is staying on, which is really nice. So I think we may have finally got it. So again, I cannot stress this enough. If you get one of these for yourself, read the instructions carefully. Well, it kind of works. Let me demonstrate. You can see I can hit the switch right here, and it powers up just fine with the LED, but the safe shutdown method is not working. No matter what script I use from GitHub or anything, I just can't get it to work properly. So when I hit the switch in a little bit, once it's booted up to turn it off, it'll just completely cut power to the system without doing a safe shutdown. Same thing goes with the reset switch. It resets it unsafely. I guess you could say that. But you know what? Good enough. I had to switch it back to non-safe shutdown, and I usually shut it down like this anyway, so I think we'll be okay. I'm not sure what the problem is. It might be an I/O connection problem. There might be some kind of weird issue going on here electronically, so, and that's kind of out of my comfort zone when it comes to knowledge. So you can see I can hit the switch right here, turns it off. Hit the switch again, turns back on. And you know what? That's good enough. That's still an upgrade from what I had before. So, we can do a quick game test on here, because I've never really shown much gameplay on this. Okay, I've picked out a Super Nintendo game because, well, that's pretty appropriate for this video, and this is Micro Machines. I picked this game because it's one that's less likely to get this channel shut down by Nintendo, because they have a bad habit of doing that with their material. And let me turn the speakers on. There we go. It's a pretty fun little game. I've played it from time to time. Yeah, I'll be ace, man. Never get the right button at first. There was also a version of this for the PC as well. Not bad. That is problematic. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to cause a controversy there. I bet you want to bet I'm going to drive off the table. Oh yeah, this is going well, I guess. Okay, enough of that, but that gets the point across that this works just fine. Do I recommend this? Yeah, I recommend this, especially if you can figure out how to get safe shutdown working. If any of you guys know how to get that going, please let me know in the comments. And also, again, what I want you to really take away from this video as a lesson to all of you, always read the instructions that come with these things, or anything for that matter, because you're going to wind up like me, scratching your head and wondering what the heck is going on. So, other than that, I do recommend this little doodad. It's only $20–25, so I'd go ahead and snatch it up if you can. Again, they have an NES version, a Mega Drive version, and a SNES Japanese version as well. So, again, give that a try if you're willing to. So until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off. Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Mall. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also support me on Patreon if you would like. The link to all of these are down below. Until next time, this is Billy Core, signing off.